Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy, but I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy. I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy.
Jamille, I remember in 2006 when you decided to go to Atlanta. I wasn't really excited about you going, but I saw that you were determined to go. Because when you were on your way, the car broke down and you got out of your car and got into your cousin's car and had your car towed back home and kept going to Atlanta. And then from there, I just saw how you began to bloom. And you had your ups, you had your downs. And even though I was here and you were there, I was still just a phone call away. And we talked every day. It's just been exciting to see how you've grown, how you've changed your way of thinking, how you've enlightened me in your journey, how you've shared so much knowledge, and you've taught me so much. You've taught me how to think for myself. You've taught me how to investigate for myself and seek out the truth. And that's something that I never did before. And I'm really grateful for that. It has taken a lot of courage for you to do the things you've done. You have made me proud. I'm excited for you. I love you. I admire you. You encourage me to pursue the best me that I can possibly be. In all that I do, I share with you. And I'm grateful for that, and I love you.
Mystery lady, I know the world is going crazy. I can see you having my baby. Let's get away. Let's get away, mystery lady. I know the world is going crazy. Good morning. Yo, I tried to time that right at the Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. And good morning to my lovely co-host. Who in the hell? Good morning. Oh, let's unmute you. I don't know why we do that. There we go. There you go, cute corals.
I'm unmuted.
Yeah.
Now. Good morning.
Right when I was giving my intro, my phone started ringing like, wait a minute, who in the hell? I'll hit you back, cha-cha. How was your winter solstice week?
You so petty. It was wonderful.
Hey,
It was wonderful.
you know what I find funny now. I didn't find it funny in the past, but it's hilarious now how whenever there's like a Western holiday that comes and you got all the people that's trying to teach the people the origins of it, and they like, I don't give a damn. But the people be like, listen to me, this is what it means. And they be like, I don't care.
It happens uh all too often. That's at that point I log off of social media.
Yeah. I haven't been doing much social media lately.
Yeah, I mean that's I don't know. I just think it's neither uh, here nor there. At
Here
this
nor there.
point, yeah, at this point we just going around in circles. Like if you gonna do it, do it. If not, then don't. You know,
Yeah.
it's we're still just going around in circles and continuously arguing about the wrong and debating about the wrong thing. Like, you know,
Yeah.
spend time with your family, make memories, be joyous, whatever. You want to learn more about it. You don't want to celebrate it, don't celebrate it. Just don't criticize the people who do and don't criticize the people
People
that
that
don't.
don't. Right, right, right.
We got bigger issues.
We have bigger fish to fry. Yeah,
Bloop.
you're right. Let me get to these comments. I think somebody just chimed in. But yeah, you're absolutely
Yo,
right.
mama.
Yo, mama, wait a minute. Let me get to the comments. You just gonna call my mama? It's your mama. Wait a minute.
'Cause I know. I know.
Why can't I get to the comment? Yo, mama. And it's not my mama why you play. It's Queen Pillow Top. Who is Queen Pillow Top?
I don't know, but good morning, Queen.
Good morning, Queen Pillow Top. What about Hybrid Top? No, I'm just playing. That's a little mattress jargon. But yeah, good morning, Queen Pillow Top. And yeah, I don't, at this point, like the arguments that we have, it's just like, and of course, it would be me that's like, whatever, quit arguing. I was the one in the fire like 6 years ago, like, ah! Now I'm like, who cares? It's cold outside.
No, like I've always done. I just post articles about it. Either you read it or you don't. Like, but to insert my opinion is pointless. I'm
Yeah.
not going I'm not going to tell you what I think or how I feel. I'm just going to set this right here. And if
It's
you decide to dig deeper, you just decide to dig deeper. And if you don't, then feel
You
free
don't.
to, yeah, keep
And that's
scrolling.
that's one thing I had to learn. What's up, Novia? What's up, Sunshine? I think was it your birthday? Was it your
Moaning,
good morning, sugar?
rising, all that.
I had to keep telling myself over and over and over, hey, stop inserting yourself into certain conversations. Like somebody say something, and then I'll be like, well, you know what? Back in 1728 at 8 p.m., 3 o'clock on the dot sharp. And they just be like, would you shut the up?
Yeah, but you know what? I think at one point you went through that too. People, sometimes it wouldn't be you inserting yourself. Like people would tag you, and I know I was guilty of that. And I would tag you in certain stuff, and then
You
and
come in
then
and help. Let's jump them. Let's jump them with
and then
information.
I was then after so long, I became the one getting tagged as well.
Yeah,
So and then you mature in
yeah,
all things,
yeah,
and you start to see that you know what, this is mundane.
yeah.
Like
In
it's not
20,
necessary. Every comment or every status, every tweet, every whatever doesn't deserve or require
a
a comment
response.
or reaction. Yeah.
Yeah. In 2021, and before 2020 is up, can we all
that's listening to me, just stop arguing on social media. Like at this point, it's like, who's mad today? What you mad at? What are you gonna do about nothing? Okay, let me log on off.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It's like cats
That's
wake up and be like, "Ooh, let's start an argument before I start working."
it's a breeding ground for it. Like social media is somewhat of a journal now. Therapy for those who can't find therapists. Like it always has been a sense of affirmation. It's social media is just is that and always has been. So you're gonna always find them cats that want to get on and and post and debate and who's right. I'm smarter than you. You don't know nothing. That you gonna always find
Although sometimes they be right, but hey, the social media is not the place. But Nubia says, plus if you're doing the work in other ways, you can't be worried about the comment section. You're right, and
that.
that's where we're at right now. It's too much work to do, and it's too much backtracking going. So we just got to stay the course. But with no further ado, Miss Q Quarles, I think it's show time. It's your time to shine.
That is a fun fact. Want to hear a fun fact? It's like a fun fact.
Another fun fact.
Here's a fun fact. Or not so fun fact. Or
Here's another not so fun fact.
Not so much fun anymore, is it?
Queen Pillow Top, before you get started, she said, I like this woman. She's dead on. I don't know which woman you're talking about because there's like 4 or 5 that's going on right now. So I know you're not talking about me. Go ahead, Q.
Well, thank you, Queen. But so I wanted to go over the race records. So here in the last couple of weeks, there's been some releases on streaming platforms. That of
break down what race records.
Well, I'm going to.
Okay.
But I want to talk about where I'm getting this from. Like give you a contextual background for my research.
I got you.
And it stemmed from that of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and also the new release of Soul, which depicts. So the Soul is was released on Disney Plus, and it is an animated depiction of a black animated jazz musician. And then you have Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which starred Chadwick Boseman and Viola Davis.
I tried to watch that yesterday, and I just couldn't do it.
Listen, I could probably hint on why, because it like some things kind of got me too. But I continued watching for the love of artistry and to watch Viola Davis work and Chadwick. But so in those performances, there actually in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, there was a mention of race records.
Mm-hmm.
So race records was a term token in the 1920s, 1922 to be exact, in reference of how we were marketed as musicians. And we were marketed only to the African American crowd. Hence, we weren't white folks didn't care to listen to what it is that we were singing or talking about. But it was through our ears and us wanting to connect with who we were up north. So this is the term, and all of this derived from up north, for us to connect with our soul and our genres and our people down south. So they would actually send people down south to record black artists in the fields, so to speak, and they wouldn't pay them for it. And then they started monetizing Black artists as well, such as Ma Rainey, and Mamie Smith, and several other artists. So they were paid on a per record basis in the 1920s, and it was little to nothing until a record company by the name of, I think it's I think it's OKEH. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but nonetheless. So because of our race, it was like, we just gonna market y'all in the Chicago Defender and get the Black folks to come and buy y'all's music and this, that, and the other, because we know don't nobody else want to hear you. Then Recordings got a hold of Mamie Smith, which they were persuaded heavily to play her music, and they started selling hella records off of her. And that's when they was like, oh, so this is profitable. So then they just started gathering all the artists that they could and putting their voice on wax. And then the first Black recording label came out of it, and that was the Black Swan. And it came about by a Black composer himself. And he came out with that I think in 1921, 22. And then he also opened up other genres like opera and classical to show the versatility. And he paid artists more fairly than the white recording the white recording labels did. And then just like everything else, white folks didn't like that, because he was doing what he needed to do for his people, and they were threatening him and all kinds of stuff. And then the finances went bad, and they were purchased by Paramount. And between in the late 1920s, they introduced the radio, and the Black artists weren't getting played like that on the radio, and nobody wanted to play them on the radio. So during the Great Depression, between then and the World War II, like there were a lot of Black artists that were out of business or not being heard commercially. And with great fervence. So it wasn't just, it was also intentional, and it was intentionally done so by NBC and CBS. And what they began doing is taking Black songs and covering them with white artists to make sure that Black artists wouldn't be heard. And now this is just me going out on a limb. NBC, if you can imagine, like I still think they continue doing that for some time, hence Living Single and Friends, but I digress. But then, fast forward, the term race records after the war kind of transitioned into rhythm and blues, and Billboard kind of took care of that. But to put that into context, the whole thing that we listen to now and we see over and over and over again with all these different artists, once they've had enough, like entering into these faulty contracts, these contractual agreements that they sign and can't get out of because they were brought up in the hood. So, they saw that money and went for it, but their artistry was compromised. And then they began fighting for it. Like we see that over and over and over again, people trying to gain their masters and and people dying over that stuff, but it becoming conspiracy. You know, that if there's this has been an ongoing thing since the 1800s. So, you know, if you look into it more, it gives you a whole new respect for those who are really, really trying to fight legitly for that, and branching out and saying, okay, look, I'm starting, this is my own stuff. I'm not on no label. I'm independent. I'm doing this by myself. And now you kind of know why.
Yep. Yep. And here's how I see things, especially going forward. It's on the consumer, not necessarily the artist, to do what needs to be done. Because what happens, you have your Sam Cooks, your Princes, your Michael Jacksons. You have all these people that fight for their own thing after they've been a major hit, and the consumer just be like, oh, that's messed up. What happens? And they keep feeding the machine with their money.
Mm-hmm.
You scream racism out of your mouth, but you're paying to be oppressed because you don't think that it's your problem. And then you're quick to throw in phrases for Martin Luther King. But one thing he said was, and I'm paraphrasing, I know I'm going to jack it up. He says, basically, if somebody's oppressed over there, then we're all oppressed. Something to that magnitude.
Yeah, oppression anywhere is a tragedy everywhere.
There we go.
Where I've looked at something like that. Yeah,
There we go.
I was paraphrasing.
We have to get back to this identity of community instead of individual, because it's this individuality that's allowing individuals in the group to be exploited, oppressed, suppressed, and then the entire groups begins to repress themselves. So, you know, I went through a lot because I mean, we all love music, and you know, depending on how you were inserted into music, growing up or whatever, you might have a deeper passion than others, and you see how the different forces have financially, psychologically, manipulated, socially engineered the whole game. And then we throw it to conspiracy because we don't want to think about it, because I know our days is jacked up as they are. I mean, it's like, well, I don't want to deal with that too. I just made a sandwich that I didn't think that I was going to be able to make.
Mm-hmm.
so I get that.
Weird.
Yeah, but I get that. But if you don't start thinking communal like every other group that's not being oppressed, then be okay with where we at. And matter of fact, put your hands up so we know who not to sacrifice for. You know, when there's a cause and there's a movement, it just continuously, it's perpetual because everybody won't play their part. And it's unfortunate that this has been happening since the 1800s, and it's 2020 and it's still happening, and to the point where the arts that we adhere to are messages of self-destruction, and we eat that up like it's Kool-Aid with about 5 packs of sugar in it. But I digress as you digressed.
Yeah.
Thank you for that fun fact, though, Q Corals. Thank you for the fun fact.
Not a problem. I do what I can do.
I know, that's why you're here. You're one hell of a researcher. But any of the listeners that's listening, let me ask you something. How much do you know, and y'all can comment, how much do y'all know about holistic healthcare? Let's say that. And I'm just saying, and I mean, it's such a wide span. But our next guest, the guest that I'm about to bring on next is a chiropractor, and she's my chiropractor. And I didn't really think chiropractor, like the science behind it was, I just thought you go get your neck popped and your back popped and you good. But there's actually a science to it, and the science really isn't necessarily recognized by Western healthcare practices,
Like a lot of holistic healthcare.
like a lot of holistic stuff, because it's not funneling you into the pharmaceutical institutions.
They don't generate as much money as
Yeah, yeah,
as
but
medicine.
the chiropractor I'm talking, when she was breaking it down, I'm gonna call her in a second. What you talk? Uh, Nubia says she used to work in the chiropractor's office in college. Did you always get adjusted? Because I swear I wish I need I swear I think I need a in-house chiropractor.
I wonder if that of being a chiropractor and acupuncture kind of go hand in hand. I know for like during different movements, like both of were those holistic methods were used heavily, and in the Black community, believe it or not, and they kind of they kind of tried to do away with that.
You know,
So
Matulu Shakur got something equivalent to the Nobel Prize from, I think it was China or something, because of his acupuncture. Like
yep,
acupuncture was getting people off of heroin.
yep, yep,
So that's how deep and unique holistic medical practices are. Like it don't substitute this and suppress the symptoms in a lot of cases. It gets you off of it altogether.
yeah.
And
Look, big pharma. Whenever you insert yourself into holistic care, like and holistic medicine and practices, they try to get you out of there ASAP.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, now I know who Queen Pillowtop is. Okay. Okay, I see you. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to ask you why you changed your name to that on Facebook, Miss Coworker. But with no further ado, let me get the Queen Chiropractor on. Yeah, I really need to get me a in-house chiropractor. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining in on the show.
Thank you for having me.
How you doing? Good morning, Sherterica.
I'm awesome. How are y'all?
We're doing good. We're trying to get some free adjustments. No, I'm just playing. No, we're not.
He wasn't playing. He wasn't playing.
She already get my money, so she's locked in. So I want to go and talk about. So when you broke it down, when I first started coming to you, you broke it down about the nervous system and how not being aligned sort of jams communication between the brain and the different parts of the body. Can you break that down for our listeners again? I thought that was extremely dope.
Absolutely. So, your nervous system controls everything in your body, every organ, every cell, every tissue. So, your body does nothing without your nervous system. Your nervous system is encased in your spine. So, when your spine is misaligned, it's going to press on the nerve. And what happens is the message can't go from your brain to the nerve out to its intended organ. So essentially, now you have a water hose.
Yeah.
When you were a little kid and you would squeeze a water hose and it would stop the flow.
Yeah.
So that's what a misalignment does in your spine. It stops the flow. So it stops the message from going to your brain, to your nerve, out to every organ or cell. And what shows up is dis-ease, not disease, spelled the same way, but I pronounce it dis-ease, meaning that your body isn't communicating. It's not functioning how it was supposed to. Your body is self-healing. Like when you fall and you scrape your knee, you don't have to say, knee, I need a scab. It automatically does it, right?
Yeah.
So your entire body has the ability to do that. It's just that the message isn't getting there. And so that's when issues happen.
Y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? You need to get adjusted so your brain can communicate with the rest of the body parts. It's a cellular phone network inside your body.
Gotta keep the lines open.
Yeah. So tell me, what interested you in that science?
To be completely honest, ego.
Ego.
I started out
I'm on.
I started out as a massage therapist, and I fell in love with the body. And I knew I didn't want to stop there. And while I was in massage therapy school, I met a chiropractor who was doing massages and chiropractic, and I was like, "Oh, I could do that too. Like, I could do that. I could be a doctor." And then when I got to chiropractic school, I really, really fell in love with the philosophy, and I fell in love with the body. I mean, here because I'm going to be a doctor, but I really, really love the body though.
So I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was telling me that she watched a chiropractor that popped babies' backs. I mean, aligned babies, newborn babies.
Yeah, my daughter. So we don't get cracked, we don't get popped, we get adjusted.
Okay.
Get it together.
Right. I just got checked.
But yeah, kids can get adjusted. I have a 9-year-old, and she's been adjusted since she was 3 months.
Wow.
So
it's not the same. People think like how adults get adjusted. It's totally different. We know babies are very, very fragile and delicate, and so the adjustment is different. It's really more sustained contact, but it's the same principle as far as getting the pressure off the nerve. Like if you've ever seen childbirth, think of how the baby coming down the birth canal. That's like pretty traumatic. They're all curled up.
Yeah.
So that doesn't affect your spine. So it's the same thing that happens to adults. It just happens at birth, and so we're just opening the gateway so that they can start functioning from day one.
Okay. And there's been videos that have been circulating on social media. There's this, I guess this white chiropractor, and he's just like popping necks and all
he's
you
here
can
in
see.
Georgia.
Is he? Okay. And you see folks like getting up like, whoo, like I can breathe better. I can I mean, they just speak so highly of it, and it looks like it's very relaxing. But boy, when you hear that, when them pops,
oh man,
I'm sorry, those adjustments, them adjustments, they sound real. They be real loud.
So for one, I'm not gonna hit on anybody's thing. You got to do what you got to do to promote your stuff, but know that those adjustments are mic. And that it's not, the sound is loud, but it's not as intense. But the relief is genuine. I can speak to that.
Yeah. I was doing work on my house when I first moved in the front yard rather, and I needed a chiropractor bad. And then that's when I was referred to Sherterica, and she got me together. She got me like some of them pops afterwards. I was like, oh. And you get up, you can walk straight, and you can move around. You get talking crap until you unalign yourself again. You're like, Sherterica, where you at? Bat signal.
Yeah.
So
I'm really interested in that.
So does the parent have to request an alignment when the baby first comes out? Or do they do it automatically?
No. So some hospitals don't allow chiropractors in, depending on what state you're in. But most of the time, the mom has been adjusted all through pregnancy. You can still get adjusted while you were pregnant, too. Most moms have been adjusted through their pregnancy, and so they'll ask the doctor to come in with them. Or now more people are having home births, and so the chiropractor will come over and adjust the baby right after being delivered.
That just goes to show you just how holistic that this is. You hear what she just said? She said during home births, like the chiropractors are on deck.
Yeah.
But in the hospitals, they like,
get away.
No. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with this.
You're kind of not wanted here. Yeah.
Let the baby remain unadjusted until they're 30. So what has been some of the highlights of this career?
seeing people regain their power. A lot of people don't know just how powerful their body is, and we've been taught to rely on outside outside forces. That's not what I was looking for, but we've been relying on like medication. And no disrespect to medical doctors, there's a time and place, but I don't think that your first choice should be to take a pill. It isn't necessary for everything. And so the people who work with me are looking for an alternative, and they don't want to take medicine. And then after having a couple of sessions with me, realizing like they feel good and they are realizing how good their body is supposed to feel. I just like the joy in seeing people function how they're supposed to, and knowing that you don't have to rely on pills for the rest of your life. That brings me so much joy.
And how does pills, and I know I could probably Google this and I probably will, but how do pills help with like your bones?
Like, what do you mean?
You know how,
like, how do they help with,
you know how when
like
you go to say you get in a car accident, I mean, of course pain pills I get, but when you get in a car accident and they be like, you have any back problems, and you be like, yeah, my back's hurt, and they do the x-ray and you really can't see much. I mean, you can see the tissue and stuff, but then they be like, well, here's some medication. You be like, but these are my bones though.
So what they're doing is giving you steroids, and steroids just controls inflammation. It doesn't take away the problem. It just kind of helps mask. Well, not mask. They do help like with inflammation, but it's not getting rid of the issue. If you got pressure on your nerve, there's no pill that's going to do that.
I was getting ready to say, and then in most cases, they offer a steroid, and the steroid actually induces other things in certain people. The reaction is totally different. So then the whole perpetuation of medication, it just keeps on going.
And you got to start something else to combat what this then brought up. So yeah, it's just a cycle, and so many people don't realize that they don't even have to participate in that.
So we got we got a question for you, Doc. Is an adjustment necessary if a nerve is not compressed or you're out of alignment? That's of course if we have good posture and do yoga to free and loosen up the body. I know most of us need it though.
Yes. If you have a spine, you should be getting adjusted. Pain is the last thing to show up. You don't want to wait until you're in pain to get adjusted. Like with my patients, in the beginning, if you've never been adjusted before, we work a lot in the beginning to get you to a baseline, and then I kind of wean you off so that it becomes just wellness care. But yeah, if you got a spine, you should be getting adjusted. Don't wait till, I'm in pain. No, go get adjusted. And there's a lot of times, even if you're not feeling pain, you should still incorporate chiropractic care just into your wellness. So that it can keep you functioning. You don't want to wait till something goes wrong. If your nervous system is already functioning how it should be, that means no matter what comes your way, you're able to tackle it.
So my mom just chimes in. Good morning, baby. She says, good morning, son.
Good morning.
The first time I went to a chiropractor, my mother, she went first, and I thought they were killing my mother, but she was she was smiling. I'm like, what's happening? I hear you're dying, but you're smiling. And so when it was my turn, I was screaming. I was, But I enjoy coming to chiropractor, and I know I got a few people on here that I speak to regularly. I've been promoting the mess out of you. I was like, yeah, need how you feel? Your shoulders all right, man? Call my chiropractor, huh? They be like, we just having lunch, Jamille.
That's what you just said, how your shoulders feel. So it's more than just back pain. So my first chiropractic, my story with chiropractic, when I would walk, my knees would buckle. And then I would have to walk on the outside of my leg, on the outside of my foot. So I was seeing an intern. She called her doctor over, was telling him the issue. And he adjusted my foot. And I'm like, no, Playboy, it's my knee. Like, it's my knee. But he adjusted my foot, and I've never had the issue again. So it's just not your spine. Any joints in the body can be adjusted. I've had people who have TMJ issues. I can help you with that. If you have carpal tunnel, if you run a lot, if you've got shoulder issues, Everything can be adjusted.
What about my guy Everard? He wants to know, how do you handle people with scoliosis?
That's a good question.
So you can still be adjusted. You just need x-rays to clarify which way the curve is and see how severe it is. You can definitely be adjusted. We've been trained on how to adjust patients with scoliosis.
Now, will that, so I know like getting adjusted can fix just a curved spine, not scoliosis, but a curved spine. But how does that work, the progressiveness of scoliosis?
Yeah.
So there's two codes. There's the adjustments that work, and then there's also a component of they just come out with a scoliosis table where you lay on the side, and it's for long story short, it's compressing your spine. It's putting weight on your spine so that the curve can go the other way. So it's still the tissues around the spine are still pliable. You can still move them, and so it can still align your curve so that it's straight again. I probably didn't explain that clearly enough, but yeah.
Did you get that, Ev?
And so I have a question for you. So do you have your own practice?
I do. It is just me solo dolo. I'm in Marietta.
Okay. So if there were others, would you open up or to having more, how is that field for Black chiropractors? Is it a big thing, or is it kind of low?
It's still traditionally it was like the old white man's club. There are plenty of us that are coming up. There are more and more Black chiropractors. We're kind of spread out, but we are here. But we're still it's still a tiny part of us. I think we're less than 10%. Don't quote me on that, but it's around there. But it's still traditionally a white man's club. But we are here. I know traditionally in the classes, when I graduated, it was probably, my class was 180, and it was probably 15 of us who were Black.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So would you ever be open to having an association of chiropractors, Black chiropractors, to kind of to work on the healing of our people, or would that be entering into dangerous territory?
No, there's already
You think?
association. There's the
Well, is
American
it?
the American Black Chiropractic Association.
Oh, neat. Okay. Where is the headquarters? Is that in Georgia as well?
No, I want to say St. Louis. But don't quote me, because I am not.
I'm sure I could probably Google it, but I wanted to see if you knew. But
Yeah, there's
that's
definitely
interesting.
there's definitely an association. It's the American Black Chiropractic Association.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then you can, no matter where your listeners are, you can go on their website. And I believe there's a list of Black chiropractors. There's also a colleague has started one. She's incorporated into her website. I believe she only has doctors in Georgia currently, but she has on her website. I'm pulling up her website so I can tell you what it is, so that if everybody's interested in trying to find a doctor where they are, she's on her website. She's put it out to where Black chiropractors near me.
Okay.
And I believe her website is Dr. Megan, Magen, and I'll text it to y'all so y'all can have it so that people can know.
Okay.
But I believe it's Dr. Megan, Magen.
Okay.
And on her website, she has Black chiropractors near me. So we're here. We're just still a small group, but we all spread out. There are at least one in every state. I can't speak to what's going on in like middle of nowhere America, but we are here though.
Okay. All right. All right.
My mom says, what if you have a hip replacement and one leg is little longer than the other?
You can still get adjusted. There's a tool. I think I've used it on you. It's called an activator, so it's not as forceful as my hand.
I think you have used it on me. You used everything on me.
But yeah, you can still get adjusted. Even women who have like osteoporosis. I've had patients who've had osteoporosis. I've just had to modify the way that I adjust them. But yeah, as long as you've got a spine and you've got joints, you can get adjusted.
Yeah. Now I think some people have they're kind of standoff because there have been like, I've gone to a rough chiropractor and I'm a man. I'm like, whoa there, buddy. Calm down. The pop isn't coming. But so the question my mom asked, I would always tell her, you need to find a chiropractor, and she's like, I'm not messing with them. And I think that's because some can be rough, but once you find that, you got to find the one right for you, and make sure they provide some TLC in certain areas where the problem areas. Because I've been telling that to my guy Ev that chimed in. He was like, I'm not doing no more chiropractors. And I was like, come on, come to my chiropractor. She'll work you out. I'm talking like you walk out feeling like a whole new world.
I'm pretty good. You just got to know. I like to say I finesse the spine. I don't put nobody in pain. Some people are just rough and don't know their strength.
Yeah.
I treat people who I want to be treated. You lay on the table, I'm going to adjust you how I want to be adjusted. So I take care of everybody that lays on my table.
Yeah. So
And
go ahead.
sorry, I was gonna also ask too. So in the reference of the chiropractic business being in the holistic realm, is there a heavy advocacy for nutrition, like eating well? So it's like if you're clearing the lines, does that fall in line with that?
Yeah. So chiropractic is kind of like a holistic approach, like a whole. And so, because here's the thing, I can keep adjusting you, but if you're not taking care of your body, what's the point? I can adjust you, but you have to do your part too. You have to eat right. You have to get enough rest. Make sure you're not ingesting too many toxins. Be mindful of your thoughts.
Yeah.
Make sure you're drinking enough water.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
All those things come into effect because I can adjust you, but if you're still not doing what you're supposed to do, like chiropractor isn't the cure, but it helps you maintain health and wellness, but you have to do your part.
Yeah, and I asked that because that's not in Western medicine. It's more of a reactionary type deal. They don't worry about the actual precursors. They tell, oh, you wanna go ahead, eat you some McDonald's.
You're hungry,
fine.
ain't you? You're hungry?
You're
Eat
hungry.
you some McDonald's.
So, since that's a more holistic take, I just wanted to see if that fell in line with that.
Yeah.
And Doc, Sharina says she loves going to you. She says you listen to the body with your hands and spirit. Amen. Amen. So do you have going forward in 2021, and I'm going to let you go. We're not going to hold you too much longer. You've been a blessing so far, giving us a wealth of information. But do you have any plans on maybe like well, and I know it's because of daggone COVID. Like coming out to creating opportunities to insert yourself into um, the community or other grand events, so people be more see who you are. I know word of mouth is the best
Yeah.
promotion, but
It looks really interesting now because with COVID and no
Yeah.
group gatherings, because
yeah,
I don't know if any events have happened. But I'm open, definitely open to letting people know the power of chiropractic and the power of their body. So yeah, I'm open to it. It's just it'll look real interesting next year.
yeah, real interesting. One quick thing, and you
Yeah.
also you're into. I'm about to say it wrong. Reiki.
You say right, Reiki. Yeah, I'm a Reiki practitioner.
Hey. And how does that intermingle with chiropractor programs?
Well, they're two. It's still like a healing touch, but they're kind of separate. But Reiki is energy healing. So there's like universal life energy. It flows through everybody. It's just that I tap into it and kind of balance the energy centers in your body. But so it's still touch, like the power of touch. The healing power of touch is amazing.
I know that's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is absolutely. I need somebody to come touch. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, that is. that I just
Keep going, ma'am. Keep going.
Yeah. But
I mean,
Reiki, it helps with your mental health, your emotional health. It helps in the body's natural healing ability, and it really helps connect the mind and the body on the spiritual level and on the energetic level.
yeah.
But I tap into it too.
I think both of these practices would be a beautiful thing to incorporate into your lives as a family and individual. You know, just turn the TV off and the internet off for an hour or two and just incorporate this in meditation
Yeah.
and things like that to help ease the anxiety, because everybody's anxious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Doc, I want to thank you. I have your website up. It's www.drsherterica.com. That's DRSHERTERICA.com. Thank you again for joining, and you are always a
Thank
friend of the
you.
show, and we're here to help you whenever you need it.
Thanks, Sue. Y'all have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you
Thank
for
you
all
for
you
having me.
do.
Yes, ma'am, and I'll see you, I think, next week, or is it this week?
Next week, I'm on vacation.
Okay, next
I know
week.
that's right.
Where
Girl,
you
find your piece, okay?
where you vacationing at? I'm gonna show up. No, I'm just playing. I'm good. All right, be safe.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Oh man, give it up. Man, I wish that I would have. As you get older and you go through more experiences in life, you kind of look back and be like, man, it would have been dope had I went to school to be a chiropractor. Because I mean, you could just what'd you say?
Okay.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm just playing.
You wouldn't.
Okay, so we about to wrap up in a little bit. What's on tap for the New Year's? Anybody doing anything for New Year's Eve? You doing anything? Q Quarrels?
Cooking and eating and
That
and
sounds
recentering and
that sounds so
refocusing.
grown. You are such
It
an
does.
adult.
It sounds
Cooking
old,
and eating.
but but limiting myself on that as well. Cause yesterday was I went kind of overboard, but that's you pay that no never mind.
Don't pay that. Joy's 12th wedding. It's your anniversary.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Congratulations, 12 of them. That's big. 12. I ain't got one, but tomorrow will come and girl. Okay, yeah. That song got stuck in my head. Well, congratulations, Joy.
Correct. Yes, yes, yes.
What y'all gonna do? Y'all go? Well, y'all going somewhere? No, it's COVID. Okay, I'm sorry.
Boy, you got to be innovative and
Yeah,
creative, and I'm telling you, it'll bring it out of you for
yeah.
sure.
You turn that whole back porch into Maui somewhere.
Yes, and listen, Joy is a theater teacher, okay, and has been for some time. I'm pretty sure it's getting ready to be an adventure somewhere, okay?
Right. I know that's Joy gonna wake up and he gonna be like, "To be or not to be? That is the question." Yo, yesterday I was talking in my Harry Potter voice and I was so annoying to myself. Black eyed peas and collard greens. Oh, that's right. That is the New Year's dish. I got some black eyed
Yeah,
peas. I need to figure out how to cook them.
my grandmother used to do cabbage, black eyed peas, and
Ham. Wasn't it ham or
yeah,
was it turkey?
so- I can't remember what it was, but for wealth, health, and prosperity, or something like that.
Something like that. And I'm still waiting to cash in on all that, Grandma. Nubia, give me some recipes then, since you got them. Share them, Miss Chef. Um, I don't do New Year's resolutions because when I know that there's something that needs to be done, I do it right then on the spot, or at least start working on it. Um, but like you said, I want to start recentering myself and see what the brain does. Okay, because that's all I can control at this point. You can't control nothing else. It's cold outside, baby. It's cold outside.
hmm Yeah, I'm about to sound real old, but I'm excited because I got 5 credits on Audible, new books. I'm so old.
What you doing for New Year's, girl? I got these new books. I got my black eyed peas. My mama said you forgot the corned beef. That's what it was. The corn.
That's what it was. Yes.
I ain't gonna lie. My granddaddy. I think my was that grandpa used to make the corned beef hash. That was fire. I ain't had it since a kid, but yeah. Let's see. Joy says they put the uncooked peas in your wallet. In your wallet here. Newbie, I got you, boo. Okay, and I expect you to get me too. I won't see recipes. What she say? Listen, a new book is great for the new year. You right. You right. It is. What book are you getting, Kiana? Do you know yet?
I
Or
don't.
which
I got
books?
several on my wish list, so I don't know. I got to go surfing some more.
I was on Clubhouse not too long ago, and I was in a group, and I told people, well, I suggested, I said, I suggest any, because there's a lot of business forums in there and entrepreneurial sectors where they come in there and they talk about different business. I was like, hey, it would behoove you to get Contagious, Why Things Catch On. I think the author's name is Michelle Berger or something like. Look that up. The people that's listening, that is a phenomenal book, especially if you are somebody that's a creator and that's looking to be an entrepreneur or looking to enhance their entrepreneurial skills and market themselves. That's an amazing book.
Oh no, I probably will end up getting some more books for dummies. I got several of those in my collection. Investments and investing for dummies and stock for dummies and all kinds of stuff. Entrepreneurship for dummies, all of that. I plan on learning some more stuff. And I had some language books as well. So for the longest, I've been trying to teach myself Kiswahili, among other things. So yeah.
I've been trying to teach myself how to Dougie ever since the song come on, but I quit. Yeah, so Swahili. You've been trying to learn Swahili. That is amazing. What words do you know in Swahili?
You know what? It's been some time. Don't
Okay.
ask me, and I won't lie to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. My daddy used to say that. He said, "Don't ask me no questions, and I can't tell you any lies." All right, we won't ask you any more questions. All right. Well, from the Jamille Harley Show, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Want to thank Dr. Sherterica for chiming in and giving us the game on chiropractor isms, if that's a word, and my lovely host Q Quarles for talking about race records. You have all been listening to the Jamille Harley Morning Show, and we'll see you back here. We might go on vacation next week. We might not. Stay tuned.
You are now listening to the Jamille Harley Morning Show.